Hallelujah. Hello, KZOOMers.
Hey.
So good to see you. We are in Louisiana.
Oh, dear. I mean, yes, isn't it a
We're
wonderful
in
thing?
Louisiana.
Bossier City, across the river from
Rockmill's
Shreveport.
brother's house.
This is actually where I grew up. The truth be told, this is where I grew up.
And we're happy to be here with you, KZOOMing from here. And, yeah. And so the power will stay.
Yes, it should say. We're in the city.
We're in the city, yes. So apologize for last week's power failure.
Which is right at the last chant and it just went out.
And it was all about power, the power within.
Yes.
You know, sometimes, the power out there flickers, but the power within sustains us. So the theme of this week's KZOOM is the conversation with the beloved. And it feels like what I need right now. In terms of like the world that is kind of pulling me with its nuttiness, outrageousness, stupidity, weirdness, it's absurdity, like it kind of like pulls my attention, and then I can get lost. I can disconnect from my own depths, and that's where the conversation of the beloved happens, in my own depths. And that conversation with the beloved then can become the frame of everything else in the world, that the inner life actually holds the outer life. Mm-hmm. So, but to sustain the inner life is to be able to stay balanced through it all and to keep love at the center no matter what. So the Song of Songs, Parsha, begins with these words that say, tell me, my only love. Tell me, you who my soul loves. Or tell me that love is my soul. That's another translation of it, that love is at my core. So there's a conversation that begins, in the Song of Songs, because the lover wants to meet the beloved. And so she says, tell me, my only love, where do you pasture your sheep? Where do you rest them in the heat of noon? Why should I wander among the flocks of your companions? And he says to her,
loveliest of women, if you wander, pasture your sheep. No, oops.
If you wander, follow the tracks of the sheep.
Graze your goats in the shadow of the shepherd's tents.
So there is like a conversation that begins and that says, oh, here's the direction to go. Find and so I want to look at that direction today because I need some, the guidance of how to walk the path of love in the midst of this world and really how to, I think my goal is to be able to stay in love, I need to become untriggerable, sort of non-reactive, like to take in the world but not be triggered by it. And to do that, there's some place in me that needs to turn towards the mystery that is holding us, no matter what. So I want to begin there with this practice that says Hagida. So it's a turning towards this greater mystery, even when we might be sort of like pulled into the dramas of life or the dysfunctions of life. And so as we chant it, we are connecting with a commitment to see the wider perspective and our commitment to turning inward to listen to the voice of the Shekhinah, the divine presence, who is always speaking. And we don't always show up to listen because we are so distracted by this world.
Triggered.
Yes, and reactive. So I want to use this practice to kind of like create a calm presence, a commitment to turn towards that mystery, and really awaken a kind of yearning to meet the beloved and to do what it takes to show up for love. So Hagida li she'ahava nafshi Hagida li she'ahava nafshi Hagida li she'ahava nafshi Hagida li she'ahava nafshi. Hagida li she'ahava nafshi Hagida
Hagida li she'ahava nafshi Hagida li she'ahava nafshi Hagida li she'ahava Hagida li she'ahava nafshi Hagida li she'ahava nafshi Hagida li she'ahava nafshi Hagida li she'ahava Hagida li she'ahava nafshi 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 Hagida she'ahava nafshi Hagida li she'ahava nafshi Hagida li she'ahava nafshi.
Once more, and pour into that your commitment to showing up for this conversation.
Hagida li she'ahava nafshi Hagida li שאהבה נפשי הגידה לי שאהבה נפשי הגידה לי שאהבה
Close your eyes, bring your attention to the breath, breathe into the heart, and find in the heart a kind of a spacious calm. Just allow the breath to deepen a little bit and the space in your heart to expand. I wanted to bring a teaching from Martin Buber, who is a kind of a master of the idea of meeting, and really that's what we're showing up for, this meeting with the beloved, with a meeting with the infinite invisible. It's like we want to sort of step up to our side of the covenant and these words from Martin Buber just felt like they inspired me on that, and we'll come back to them. He says, existence will remain meaningless for you if you yourself do not penetrate into it with active love. If you yourself do not penetrate into it with active love, and if you do not in this way discover its meaning for yourself, everything is waiting to be hallowed by you. It is waiting to be disclosed in its meaning and to be realized in it by you. For the sake of this, your beginning, God created the world. God has drawn it out of the divine essence so that you may bring it back to God. Meet the world with the fullness of your being, and you shall meet God. Meet the world with the fullness of your being, and you shall meet God. That God accepts from your hands what you have to give to the world is divine mercy. If you wish to believe, love. One who loves brings God and the world together. One who loves brings God and the world together. So just that, I feel like there's just so much there. This idea of that we need to hallow this world through our presence, through our showing up, through our intentions. And in order to do that, we have to kind of carve out an inner space from which that holiness can be derived. It's not, living on the surface is not going to do it.
Kind of an inner mishkan, I guess.
Yeah, it's like you have to find that, that love inside you, and you have to dig deep for it. So one who loves brings God and the world together, and so this love is born inside us in our own depths. And I wanted to do a practice that would kind of like bring us to that deep stillness, really. And there's a wonderful phrase from Psalm 4 that says Imru vilvavchem, which is, I say reflect in your heart. It means like there is an inner conversation, not just, what the noise of the world is about, but there is this place inside you to converse with the beloved. Imru vilvavchem, inside your hearts. mish'kavchem, which is on your beds, which means in that place of repose, really. And when you do that, your inner conversation will lead you to stillness, to spaciousness, to a deep, deep receptivity. And domu. And then selah is kind of like, yeah, buddy. That's what Rachman always says.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And so sometimes I've used this chant to get out of my head. Like there's a conversation going on inside my head, and when I take all that energy in my head and bring it into my heart, and from there go to a place of stillness, because I can't get to the stillness from here. I have to take that energy and put it first in my heart, and then I go to the place of domo, of stillness, of silence. And in that silence, the beloved embraces us, appears. So that's the journey. But
let's take it.
Yes, let's take this journey.
Imru vilvavchem al mish'kavchem. Imru vilvavchem al mish'kavchem. Domu selah. Domu
Find yourself in the stillness of the heart, and breathe into that space. Everything is waiting to be hallowed by you. So we make a commitment to that innerness that can really keep us sane in a crazy world. And just kind of breathe into that commitment to balance it all with our active love. It says, existence will remain meaningless to you if you yourself do not penetrate into it with active love. And what I find is I need to activate that love in me, because it gets kind of pushed down or numbed or hidden from me. So I want to activate that love so that I can bring it to the world no matter what.
The world that needs it.
Yeah.
As much as we can generate.
So I wanted to do a practice to you with that I composed this melody after Trump was elected in 2016, and I was filled with despair, and I went up into the woods near where I live and to ask for guidance, and really what I heard was keep the faith. And what arose in me were these words of Raba, Emunatecha. And these words are taken from the book of Lamentations, which I always call our most bummer book. The book that really describes the hardest times, really. And but those words that come out of the hardest times in our history are lifted up into the liturgy to be part of the words that we wake up with, the morning liturgy. That is our prayer of gratefulness ends with these words, Raba Emunatecha. And it always feels as if what we're saying is like, God has faith in me, and that is what awakens my own faith. And when I say God has faith in me, it means to me is that there is this much wider perspective that is being given to me in this moment of like how each of us fits in to the great puzzle of life. And so I begin to see myself through God's eyes, really. And to see the world through that much wider perspective. And basically, it feels like God is saying to me, don't freak out. Which I am kind of, I do occasionally freak out.
Or set a time to freak out and then be done and then go to that.
No, it's like, no. There's this greater reality in which this reality is playing out, and if you can connect yourself to that larger reality, you will, stay in the, this kind of profound sanity of your faith. So the emunah is like the basic trust that it's all unfolding perfectly, even if it's beyond my understanding. And so I lean into that. So when I chant these words, it's like opening myself up to that wider perspective, being comforted, being calmed in the midst of the turmoil. And feeling like the underneath everything that seems wrong is an essential rightness. And so I want to, just open up to that rightness that holds all the duality of wrongness, really, of that perception that I have. And the place in me that's just saying like, no, not Matt Gaetz for Attorney General. No, I can't fathom it. No. So it's like to like be able to relax and sort of lean into a much larger picture of sanity unfolding through insanity, right? Yeah. And so it's such an important time to be doing a practice that calms the heart, that lifts us up into a wide perspective, and also just connects us to our resources. One who loves brings God and the world together. So this is a two-part round. We'll do it all the way through a couple times. And see if you can just pour into these words, a kind of a sense of confidence, a sense of the God perspective pouring through you. Raba, Emunatecha, Raba, Emunatecha, Raba, Emunatecha, Raba, Emunatecha, Emunatecha, Raba, 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 Emunatecha, Raba Emunatecha. Emunatecha, Raba, 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 So keeping your eyes closed, bring your attention to the breath. Breathe into the heart. Find that stillness, the place where active love is sourced. And now feel that divine gaze on you. Feel God's faith in you. And feel that gaze just showering you with a sense of being loved and known. And sent. Each of us sent into this very moment to meet to meet the world from our depths, from our God source in us. Meet the world with the fullness of your being. And you shall meet God. Meet the world with the fullness of your being. So awakening that fullness of your being through that sense of being seen and known and loved and sent to be here now. One who loves brings God and the world together. So this is, and I invite us to open our eyes and look around the KZOOM room at the other lovers here, that we're kind of, bringing our love together, adding our love to each other's love. That loving presence that we bring is not just from me. It's like, this us that we are together, that we amplify each other's love and presence. So we don't have to do this alone. And there is what this promise that we've been given, in the story of Avram, he's sent into the land that he has never been to before, and he's sent there with a promise, and that promise looks so undeliverable. Because when he comes into the land, everything that could go wrong does go wrong. But still, this promise kind of sustains Abraham and Abraham in us through all the vicissitudes of, war and drought and turmoil and family dysfunction, all of it. He is sustained by this promise. And so I wanted to end our conversation with the beloved session with this promise of connection. And the promise is that when you touch that wide perspective, when you lean into the divine embrace, God says, then wherever you go, I'm going to walk within you and among you. And I will be there for you, no matter what. Through all of it. It's sort of saying, like, I'm not going to promise everything is going to go your way, but I'm going to promise that this divine connection will sustain you through it all, and maybe even make you radiant. I like that. Mm-hmm. I'll take that. Mm-hmm. And so we'll end with this practice, and it is a phrase that comes from the end of the book of Leviticus. And in this parsha of Leviticus, there are all these warnings, really, that says, like, whoa, if you don't sort of connect yourself to the beloved, things are going to be really hard for you. But if you do, I'm going to be with you every step of the way. And I know that for myself, whenever I'm having a hard time, I tell my friends, I tell Rachmel, this is what I want you to tell me.
I'll be with you every step of the way.
That's what I like to hear. So that's what I want to hear from the divine presence as well. I will be with you every step of the way. It's like I've signed up for this human walk in this adventure. I've signed up for this adventure, but to know that God, that you will be with me every step of the way, gives me the strength, the resilience, the resources to be able to keep the faith. Mm-hmm. So I invite you, if you feel like taking a little walk with this practice, I'm going to stay here at the computer, but if you feel like, walking in a way where you can feel the divine presence walking within you.
Vitalati betokachem, v'hayiti lachem Lelohim. Vitalati betokachem, v'hayiti lachem Lelohim. Vitalati betokachem, v'hayiti lachem Lelohim. Vitalati betokachem, והייתי לכם לאלוהים, והתהלכתי בתוככם. 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 והייתי לכם לאלוהים.
So take a moment to receive that promise and let it be a kind of like incentive to you, just like it was for Abraham, that archetypal place of love within you, to receive the promise of connection, really. So we make a space inside us for God to dwell, and we will then be given that place
Be
of
dwelled in.
connection, really, and that's what we need it to sustain us through these times. So How lovely to be in practice together.
Oh, it's just what I need.
That's
Oh,
just
got another little creature, little fun creature. Hey there. Back at you. Well, fun.
So
It's
invite
great
you
to be
to
with you.
come to the website and give a little donation in honor of what you have received, and to invite you to come back next week. We'll be home next week.
We'll be home next week, back in New
And we'll
Mexico.
be KZOOMing from there. But this is so precious to us to be able to